The last item on our agenda today is a report on the conditions of the Gloucester Community Arts Charter School. And I think I'm just going to turn it right over to the Commissioner and staff to do that.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I don't know if Allison is here. Will Allison be joining us or no? Okay. Allison Bagg, who's done led some of the site reviews. By the way, I'd like to just, if I might, just so this is tongue-in-cheek, just to let everybody know up front. Just I want to acknowledge. This is a red letter day for Citizens for Public Schools, using MCAS data as a rationale for judging a school. I just have to say, I want everybody to take note of this day. Now discretion back in place. I'm now seriously. So tongue in cheek is over. I hope you don't mind that. I couldn't resist that. I like that. So I'm going to turn. Right. So I'm going to turn to Jeff and Marlon. We have done extensive review of the school. The school is not on probation. One of the speakers talked about probation. We removed the probation a year ago. We imposed 8 conditions. I gave you an update on those conditions in May. You wanted us to watch them closely, which we think they need to be watched closely. This is a report on those 8 conditions. We think they've made substantial progress against these conditions. We think they've met 6. There's one that's ongoing, the open meeting law, in terms of the AG's continuing to look at that. And there's the one that I identified as not having met is adding a member to the Board of Trustees who has experience in public sector management. Apparently, and I'm going to ask Jeff and Marlon to verify or not, they have since added somebody who in fact does have public sector management experience. This is a school whose first year academic results were quite low. I don't want to mince any words about that. It's a school that at the end of the first year we had concerns about the special ed program, about the arts integration focus. The evidence that I've looked at based on the site visits we've conducted this fall shows substantial responsiveness and improvement in regard to that. I'm going to just turn to Jeff. So I'm not asking the board to take any action at this point. This is, I promise you, an update on the school. So Jeff or Marlon, if you have any opening comments to make, I'm sure board members will have questions.
Yeah, I think certainly the site visit report speaks for itself, and Marlon was on the site visit team and can certainly answer any questions for that. I think two points worth making here. Obviously, board members are aware of the litigation that is currently underway with respect to the board's decision to originally charter the school, and that's proceeding in court. And I suspect there are some who, because of that, would like to hold the school to a higher standard, but it's our attempt to judge the school the way we would judge any other school. That once the charter is granted, we will treat this as any other school and leave the judicial system to do what they're going to do with respect to the board's decision, and trying to treat it in terms of how other schools have been treated in the past. It has been a very rare occurrence for the board to revoke charters prior to the initial term. If anything, this board has over the years probably bent over backwards, even going into a second term with schools that have not been performing up to snuff. But in general, the standard has been unless children are literally in danger, or the school is literally in danger of imminent closing, the law law anticipates, and this board has always given schools the 5-year charter term. As is noted in the report, there have certainly been other schools that have had rocky beginnings, and I think at this point we just feel we don't have enough of a track record yet to make the call. The school is in a better place today than it was a year ago, but it is certainly not in the place where if they were up for renewal, we would be recommending renewal. So that's the genesis of our recommendation to give them some additional time and hope that they continue to make progress. Marlon, do you want to add anything?
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. I was out at the school at a site visit, and as a school leader, it's good to be able to wear both hats, to be able to look at a school not only as a teacher, but as a principal, as an executive director, and see the kind of commitment and also resources that the school has really placed in progress. I can tell you that speaking with both teacher groups, parent focus groups, the board, visiting the school, walking around, getting the sort of the ethos of the school. I'm not aware of what took place last year, but I can tell you that there's a real clear sense of dedication to accomplishment in the building. They are very aware of all the challenges, both financially and as well as the student enrollment, and the leaps and bounds that the administration, the teaching corps, the responsiveness to our suggestions and our direction has been really positive for me. I've also got a chance to speak to the kids. Excuse me. And one thing that you can always get a sense about a school is when you talk to children and you watch children engage in classrooms, and you see the kind of focus that the kids have, you see the kind of enjoyment that they have around the arts integration piece. You look at the walls and how neatly decorated the walls are with authentic student work. As a principal, I left very confident that the school is in the right position. Now that said, I do understand and spoke at length with the administration about the sort of the toxicity of the environment and how challenging that is to continue to move students forward. But as I mentioned to both the board chair and the ED today, is that nothing succeeds like success. And as long as they continue to put the needs of children and families first, focus on academic achievement, high standards for all students, I think Gloucester will be able to tell a different story as the years move forward. So that's just my take from being in the building for about 6 hours.
Thank you, Marlon. Okay. Are there questions from members of the board? Yeah, yes, Ruth.
So clearly this is still a difficult situation that we're dealing with, because and from what we heard today in public comment, it's hard because you're sort of hearing different versions of reality. So I just wanted to, and obviously, I mean, I've never been in the school, and you've been there, and so I understand you have an advantage having been there. Can you just comment on some of the, I don't know if you've seen these, the letters that we got from a couple of parents. Now, I mean, I know that there, as I say about versions of reality, there are times when I could think my kid is the best teacher in the world, and another parent thinks that's the worst teacher. So I know that, and people are very emotional about school situations always. But I would like to hear what you think about, some of the things that were said in this one particular letter, that the school is a mismanaged mess, for example, and that there were no systems in place and no effective administrative oversight, and progress reports didn't come home on a regular basis, and the one letter I have in front of me does make it sound like things are really disorganized there. So could you comment on that?
As I think has been noted in several different contexts, parents make choices for different reasons, and even the best school is not the right school for everybody. And so it doesn't surprise us when we hear of some parents having had bad experiences. Now, sometimes when they generalize from that to the school is a mess or there are problems, if there's specific things that people cite to us, we can sometimes use that as a guide in our site visits. But I do believe our charter school office has had a lot of experience in doing site reviews, and they try to be more than anecdotal. They try to be systematic. We bring in not only internal staff, but we bring in charter school leaders from other successful schools to participate in these. So the whole point of that, and that's sort of the heart of our accountability system here, that's